Hey guys, welcome back. So this week's Wedding Wednesday is just going to be kind of like a chit chat. I'm just going to tell you some stuff and update you about what's going on for the wedding planning. So let's get into it. I think next week's Wedding Wednesday might be another bridal makeup tutorial. I don't know how much extra like wedding planning and updates I'm going to have. We are just 49 days away, 7 weeks left. So 7 weeks from today, we will be tying the knot. The bridal shower invitations have gone out, and there is a Facebook group invite and everything, so that's kind of exciting. The RSVPs have been coming in, and interestingly enough, they're all coming in, you know, via our website that we set up. And people are choosing the beef, like a lot of people, instead of the chicken. I was kind of surprised. Like, I would say maybe 3/4 of the RSVPs so far have been beef, and then 1/4 is probably like made up between vegetarian and the chicken. Kind of interesting. I wouldn't have known. I mean, to me, I got the beef because it sounded better. But yeah, I'm faking it in my sweater right now. I'm just totally faking it. Like it's cold out. It was like 90 something today. We actually went in the pool like 3 times this week. Like, one of them was a heated pool, but the other 2 times were just natural. It was over 100 degrees, so why not take advantage of the pool while we can still use it? Let's see. Today, which is actually several days in the future from current me. Does that make sense? The day this is going up, we actually have an appointment with our DJ. We have not met the DJ yet, but we have, like, our package at the place we're getting married comes with the DJ and all that. So he wants us to fill out a form with, like, the song we want playing while I walk down the aisle, the song we want playing while people are taking their seats, the songs we want playing while we're cutting the cake, while we're entering the ballroom, like as Mr. and Mrs., the song we want playing for our first dance, for the daughter, you know, father-daughter dance, for the mother-son dance, for the bridal party dance, and like while we cut the cake, while we do all kinds of things at the wedding. So they also want like a do not playlist, if there's anything that like we are like absolutely do not play that, you know, that kind of stuff. So Ben and I are going to do that song Then by Brad Paisley, which I think I've told you guys before, and that's the one that's like, I thought I loved you then, like when I met you I fell in love with you and I thought I loved you then, but now I love you way more. I can't imagine loving you even more than this. Like, and I thought I loved you back then. That's kind of the gist of it. So I want a song for my dad and I. Can you guys think of any good ones for the father-daughter dance? I have Googled it and have come up with like 10, but none of them really feel right. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions for father-daughter dance or mother-son dance. I don't know. Let me know. With that, after we pick our songs by today, I scheduled some dance lessons. Next Monday we have dance lessons. It's going to be just Ben and I and then this dance teacher for an hour. And then the following Monday is going to be my dad and I and the dance teacher for an hour. At that point, we're going to decide, like, how often do we want to have lessons. You know, it's not free. It costs money. So, you know, if we think we can get it done in a couple visits each, if we want to practice 1 week in between the visits. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least. We are down a groomsman now, so we have 5 bridesmaids and 4 groomsmen. Not sure what we're going to do about that. I don't know that we have time to change it at this point anyway. Another thing I have to do is I have to get to we already picked our tuxedo options at the men's warehouse for the groomsmen and everything, but I need to check because when I did the groomsmen, when I did that, I thought my dress was ivory. And I got my dress and it's called soft white, and everything that I held it up to that was ivory was way too yellow. So my dress is like not quite white but not quite ivory. So we chose the groomsmen's tuxedo shirts as ivory. The cake is in ivory. So I want to kind of go to the men's warehouse, which is like 5 miles from the house. Just go there and see how ivory is ivory. Is it really yellow? Should I go ahead and get white and see what they recommend? Because I don't think there's going to be a perfect match, but if we could at least get close. What I had heard was if your dress is even a little bit yellow, to go with white. I'm sorry, if your dress is even a little bit off ivory, like off-white, to go with ivory. Because if your dress is slightly yellowed and then their tuxedos are bright white, the wedding dress looks dingy, like dirty or like kind of not as bright. But if they wear slightly ivory and you wear bright white, your dress looks like pristine and stuff. So but I do want to go there and see how ivory the ivory is. I do not have my dress anymore though, so that is going to be interesting. I picked out my dress in May. My dress arrived at the house in August. It didn't fit. You know, I lost the weight. Been still losing weight, working out and eating well. I'm back on my Weight Watchers tracker, that kind of stuff. So my dress zips perfectly fine, but this week I took it to the alterations shop, and I did not go to the place I bought the dress. I went to a special alteration shop recommended to me by a friend. And so I put the dress on. I'm going to insert some photos. They are like really bad. Like I took them myself, like in the by the dressing room, and because I went alone. But I want to tell you the kind of what they're going to do to the dress. So you'll notice on the front of the sleeve there is like a blank spot on the it's like sheer on the front of the arm. And that bothers me, and so they're going to take some of the little lace applique from the bottom of the dress or from the back of the dress and kind of like paste that onto the front of the arm so it's not bare. They're going to let out the arms a little bit in the seam because they're just a little too tight and they don't quite pull up, which is why it might be a little odd fitting at the top of the dress because the arms are a little tight. And she thinks if I'm able to pull the dress up more because it fits in the armpit area, it's a little too tight there. If I can get it up more, then the top will lay really pretty. So we're going to do that. Also, I bought a sash for my wedding dress a bit ago, but when I was there, you know, I kept tying it and untying it and trying to get the sash in the right position, making the bow in the back. And she was like, oh, you know, we can attach that sash to your dress for, you know, it's really inexpensive. Compared to the alterations, that part was really cheap. So they just put a few stitches throughout the waist of the dress to attach the sash for you. And so they're going to do that for me because she's like, you're going to be tying and untying this bow all day. And it's going to be moving around and it might, you know, bust, it might like get in the way of the beading on the dress and like kind of rub it off. So, you know, we can go ahead and just sew the sash on. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. So they did sew the sash on. They're going to do the bustle so that the dress isn't, you know, the train isn't out the whole time. I'm going to get it hemmed. It needed to be hemmed. And they're going to press it because the dress had gotten pretty wrinkled. I mean, it was shipped to me, and so I think it was already pretty wrinkled when I got it, but even having it hung up this last month or so, it still was really wrinkled. So I have to go for 3 more fittings actually. So I'm going to go back in a week I think, and I'm going to try it on. They're going to have the hem done and adjust that. But okay, that brings me to my next point. I went shoe shopping again this last weekend, and I found a pair of shoes that I like. I'm going to insert a picture here. And they were really pretty, but first of all, they were expensive. They were like $85, and they were the wrong size. They were at Nordstrom Rack, and I was like, these are the shoes that I want, though. They're just not quite right. So anyway, I've been kind of looking for something like that. They don't have to be those exact shoes, but then I found some wedges that I thought, oh, wedges will be better because I don't want to walk in the grass with my heel sinking into the grass. Then I was like, no, but the 1920s wouldn't have worn wedges. But then it's like, they won't be shown under the dress. Who cares? Then I had the idea. I'm just a crazy bride. Can you tell? This is the kind of thing that keeps me up at night. Then I thought my bridesmaids' dresses are that wine color. And so I thought, ooh, I could do like a wine colored shoe as like a fun pop of color under my dress. And then we could take some photos where my, you know, shoes are out and like kind of a pop. I thought that'd be really cool. So I found a pair of wine shoes, but they didn't look 1920s at all. Like, they looked like, I was telling Ben, they look kind of like stripper heels. So I was like, let's not. And I don't want to wear anything too tall, because the day that I bought my dress, I wore like a 2 or 3 inch heel, and that's what they're going to hem it as. So I didn't want to go and get a 6 inch heel or something all of a sudden. Now the dress is too short. You know, you don't want to do that. And Ben bought a prototype. He bought one of the gifts for the groomsmen. He just bought it for himself to see if he liked it. He wants to see if he can get it engraved, and like with their initials or their name or something, but he's going to look into that and see what it's going to cost. But it's just basically like a cool wallet thing, but it's not a wallet. It's weird. So yeah, so that he wants to kind of research. So he did part of that. That was part of his homework, was to find a gift for his groomsmen. I have hired an officiant to marry us, but we just hired him online. We haven't met him, so I need to call him and be like, hey, so when do we meet you? Do we do like a rehearsal? When do we choose? Or we've decided we are not writing our own vows. We want our ceremony to be pretty short and simple and sweet. And if we decide to, you know, like say special words or anything like that, we'll just write them in a note to each other, I think, and make it more private. Because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold myself together. I am the worst. I mean, I can public speak. I mean, watch me. I'm on YouTube. Come on. My bachelor's degree is in music. I've been on stage for years and years. It's no problem. I don't have a fear of that. But and I'm not a crybaby. Like, in general in life, I cry very rarely for the average woman. even hormonally. But when I try to say nice things, or at a wedding, at a graduation, I am a blubbering idiot. I just do not think I'm going to be able to hold it together, especially if I'm reading things that I wrote that are really nice to Ben. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to look him in the eye and say those things without losing it. So we've decided to go with just the standard vows, and we have to meet with our officiant, and we haven't done that yet. So that's kind of one of the things on my list that has to happen in the next 6 weeks. I have begun I've begun the research for all of the administrative stuff that goes along with a wedding. So how to change my name, what I need to do for work as far as getting Ben onto my insurance plan for next year, how to get my email changed for work, all those little things that, you know, you don't really think about until after the wedding. But we also have to, with the officiant, you know, we have to get our marriage license, and we have to get that before the wedding and get it in our hands so that the officiant can sign it and mail it out at the wedding day. And then I have to provide that marriage license once it gets mailed back to us several weeks after the wedding to my work in order for them to change it on the payroll, all that stuff. So, and only at that point will they let me change it in my benefits and add him as a, you know, person on my benefits. So there's kind of like that month or so where they like give you a grace period. They like, we know you don't have the marriage license yet, so we'll just go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt that you're married. But if you don't provide them that paperwork in a timely manner, they won't let me include him as a domestic, they'll call him a domestic partner instead of a spouse. And then your insurance rates are a lot higher. So it's like, okay, I'm glad I researched this. Also, my one of my coworkers, as a gift to us, asked us to send him a bunch of photos of our childhood and then like our relationship and, you know, throughout our lives, and send him a few songs that we like, and then he's going to put them into a photo montage type of thing, a video for the rehearsal dinner. So that was really cool. So we're gonna have that playing at the rehearsal dinner, and we're having the Italian food catered, courtesy of my new in-laws. So that's exciting. We have a, you know, location for the rehearsal dinner and everything. So yeah, we're getting close. Leave any questions that you guys might have for like a future Q&A with Ben and I that we might do either right before the wedding or like the week after the wedding, that kind of thing. I might do. And then I also thought about vlogging the entire like wedding day, or like the rehearsal dinner / wedding day. I don't know if that's going to be too stressful, but I would really like, because we're going to have a photographer, but we won't have a videographer. I would like to get video footage of the wedding day, but it might just be too stressful. But I'm going to try for you guys, because honestly I think it'd be nice for us to remember the day too. So if I can find someone that isn't too busy on the wedding day to just, that knows how to work a camera, maybe they can take some footage for us. That'd be really nice. So what do you guys want to see for Wedding Wednesdays? Here's kind of my plan. So I think we're going to do, next week I'll probably do bridal tutorial, like a makeup tutorial #2, to try out another makeup look. And then I might have another wedding update for you, like what songs we chose for things, that kind of stuff. How we're doing on our SVPs. I don't know, anything else we might have, but we might not have that many more updates. I don't think Ben would want to do another Q&A right away. I don't know, what do you guys want to see in this series? I'm thinking about changing Wedding Wednesdays to just whatever I feel like doing, but it's only a few more Wednesdays, so if I can come up with things to do, that would be really fun. I thought about doing like a vlog of the day of my bridal shower, the day of my bachelorette party, and what we do. I thought about doing like, you know, footage of the rehearsal dinner. I don't know. So what do you guys want to see? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, or questions for a future Q&A, or suggestions for what you'd like to see Wedding Wednesdays become over the next 6 weeks or so. Thanks for watching. Bye.